Grand Darío! Hey everybody! What's up, man? My name is Milton Granadillo. I'm from Venezuela and I live in Miami. That's why I have this sexy accent. I know my accent is not sexy like Antonio Banderas sexy. It's more like extra number 2 on Narcos. It's like, yes, hija de poder. Yes, I'll do it. Yes. Yeah. I'm from Venezuela. It's very hard to explain the Venezuelan situations to Americans because it's very surreal. It's very bizarre. Like, because of all this socialist agenda, for example, there's no food, there's no meat. It's like America's worst fears, communism and veganism. It's terrible. Yeah. I realize my English has a couple of glitches, but it's definitely a little better. Like when I was around 8, I used to collect Hard Rock Cafe pins, the metal pins with the name of the city. I used to be crazy about them. But the thing is, in my very precarious English, I thought the plural of pin was penis. So try to imagine that you're a store manager, and then this 8-year-old kid comes and he's like, "Sir, I like your penis. Sir, how much for your penis? Sir, where are you going? I want your Hard Rock penis." It's terrible. Also, when I was around that age, I was part of a group of siblings, very obnoxious, very loud, especially around vacation times. So my dad invented that the word resort in English meant silence. So every time we went to a hotel, my dad was like, guys, this is a resort. Silence. It was just to shut us up. I realized what he did when I was around like 22. I can't imagine the amount of times that I was in English class and I was like, guys, resort. Terrible. Terrible. Yeah, that joke killed in Miami, by the way. I have an American girlfriend. I did it. I've been spending quarantine with her. People ask me all the time, like, but how do you guys understand each other? If you're Venezuelan and she's American, if you feel in Spanish and she feels in English, how do you guys understand each other? Bro, it's not like in Spanish I understand women. It's the same thing, There's some cultural differences though. For example, back in my country, the physical attributes of our friends becomes their nickname. But it's a term of endearment. It comes from a place of love, but here it definitely doesn't work that way. So when I introduced her to my friends, it was a big issue because I'm like, well, so these are my friends. That's El Gordo, that's La China, and that's Jim. That's Jim. No nickname. Yeah. I need to tell you a little bit about myself, guys. This is a piece of trivia that's very embarrassing for me. I'm very ashamed of it. It's something that happened during quarantine. I got addicted to White Claw. If you don't know what White Claw is, good, you're making good decisions in life. Because the name is very misleading. It sounds like a hardcore drug, White Claw. It sounds like a metal group, White Claw. It sounds like, like a secret operation to hunt down Bin Laden, hot White Claw. But it's actually very tame alcohol with fruit flavor. So I feel like an idiot every time I order it because I'm like, hey man, I want some White Claw. Yeah, what flavor? I don't know. Mango or ruby red? I don't know, surprise me. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Another thing that happened during quarantine is that, bro, I got laid off. Yeah. The thing that should have tipped me off, it was that 6 months before getting fired, they labeled me a non-essential employee. Who's here is a non-essential employee? No one. Oh, no one is a non-essential employee. Must be nice. Oh, look at me. With economic security. Well, the thing about being a non-essential employee, it sounds kind of cool. It sounds like a French perfume, non-essential by Quarantino. But it actually is like your office telling you, like, hey man, we need you, but we don't need you. It's terrible. Non-essential. Being a non-essential is like that annoying cousin that your mom made you invite to your birthday party. That you would call him and you're like, oh, hi Julio. So next week is my birthday. It would be awesome if you come, but also it would be awesome if you don't come. Okay, bye. Yeah. It was very confusing when they fired me to my coworkers because everybody was like, where's Milton? And my boss was like, well, he's in a farm with a lot of open space. He can roll with other non-essentials. He's very happy. Yeah. The good thing about being unemployed is that it gives me a lot of time to think about things, you know. Things about this culture, about living in America. It's a complicated country, you know. For example, you guys take for granted how bizarre your measuring system is. Like anywhere in the world, my height is 1.82 meters. That's it. Here, my height is like 4 feet and 3/4 of the penis of George Washington. How? Even temperature doesn't make sense. Like, I want to know if I have a fever. That number that you give me that sounds like a soft rock radio station means nothing to me. 99.5. I don't know, Susan. Do I have it? I don't know. The other thing that I don't understand is how some people here talk about race in terms of like percentages and fractions. The other day, a friend of mine was like, hey man, you were like this girl. She's 1/4 Indian. Well, first of all, Jim, I think you're 1/2 racist. And also, how am I supposed to picture this woman by giving me like her recipe? You know, it ends up being like an SAT test. You know, like if Lily's 1/8 African American, 1/8 Hispanic, at what point will the cops pull her over? Terrible. I've been in contact with that racism thing. It's very passive aggressive. One time I was at a birthday party, and the mom comes and she's like, it's time to sing happy birthday to Brittany. I'm like, cool, in unison? And she's like, in English. One time after a show, this lady came after I performed, and she was the nicest. And I don't want to support stereotypes and prejudice, so I don't want to describe her. I'm just going to name her, or whatever random name. I'm just going to call her Karen. So she comes after the show and she's like, oh, so you're Hispanic? I'm like, yeah, that's great. My neighbors are also Hispanic. Okay, but you know, the good kind. To my face! So I pulled myself together, looked her in the eyes, and I said, hey lady,
They were hard.
resort! Thank you guys, my name is Milton.